Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Chidima and you're welcome to join the family, so do well to subscribe. I made bread for the first time and not just any kind of bread. I tried Kikifoodies Recipe and the results were absolutely mind-blowing. I'm so excited to share the process with you, so just sit back, relax and enjoy this video. For this recipe, I started by adding my flour, sugar, milk, yeast and water to my mixer. Then I let it mix for 5 minutes before adding the butter and oil. This recipe is so easy and straightforward and it takes just a few steps. I follow the exact measurements, but I did a little adjustment with the ingredients, and that's because I used margarine instead of butter. So if you've ever wondered, am I going to get good results if I use margarine instead of butter? The answer is yes. You're going to have a bread that tastes just as good. At this point, everything was fully combined, so I added some margarine and oil like I said earlier. Then I let it mix for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I decided to check the dough and it was not quite there yet. It was sticky and not very stretchy, so I let it mix for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I decided to check again and I was very happy with how the dough turned out. It was not sticky and it was very stretchy. I knew it was ready, so I transferred the dough into another bowl and let it rise for 1 hour. After 1 hour, I punched my dough just like Kiki did and I started rolling out. So you can actually do this part with your hand. I tried dough and it was not just working for me, so I used my rolling pin to roll out before using my hands to pinch and fold. You may wonder, why do I need to roll out the dough and fold it instead of just dumping it straight into the pan? So besides giving your bread a head start for a good shape after baking, it also prevents all those annoying holes you see in your bread, so don't skip this step. So the recipe she shared actually makes 2 loaves, but I was trying it out for the first time and didn't know what to expect, so I decided to divide the recipe and make 1 loaf instead. After I was done folding, I placed the dough in my baking pan and rubbed very little oil on the surface to prevent it from drying out. At this point, my oven was already preheating and getting ready to receive my bread. After 20 minutes of rising, this is what the dough looked like. I let it rise for another 10 minutes in a warm place before placing it in my oven and letting it bake for 45 minutes. The baking instruction on the recipe actually says to bake for 30 minutes, but after 30 minutes I checked the bread and I wanted it more brown than it was, so I decided to leave it for another 15 minutes and it was just perfect for me. Now my bread is out of the oven and I'm just going to leave it to cool down a bit before slicing. I did put the bread in a small nylon, but I did not seal it. It was just to keep the bread from drying out. After a few minutes, I sliced into the bread and the texture was heavenly. It was so soft and stretchy and it tasted so good. Now, what will I be doing differently next time? I'll omit the salt since the margarine I use is already salted. Other than that, this recipe is perfect and I give it a solid 10 out of 10, and I'll definitely be making more of this. I love how mildly sweet the bread is, just perfect to enjoy with your sweet spreads like jam and Nutella. So guys, we finally come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, do let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Bye for now, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodies always from Chidi.